Hello? Hello? Um, Something's not working. Oh, there we go. Hi, I see you now. Hello? I hear some stuff. I think you can't hear me though. Hi, I hear you. I
Hi.
hear and oh, okay. Do you hear me?
Oh,
I it looks yeah. So what's it called? Wyzant is definitely getting my audio.
hi. I can hear you, but it's cutting out.
Oh, bummer. Uh, okay.
Okay, now that's better.
Oh, okay, good. Do you
Oh,
got
never mind.
Bose Quiet Comfort? Those headphones? Must be cutting out a lot. Uh, okay.
Okay, I think I can hear you now. Or it just cuts out every once in a while.
Okay. Um, I guess let's see what we can do.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Just realized through the website I went ahead and booked. Oh, okay, cool. Confirm that that works for you. Yes, it does. Also, would we be doing appointments over Zoom? No.
Okay.
Or through this, yeah, we use the Wyzant thing. I haven't done the
Okay.
tutoring sessions through Wyzant before. Okay, cool. Did I send you, or did you send me? You did. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, right, I have it open. Hold on, I'm not sharing my screen. So, is that there? Okay. So you can share your screen at the same time.
Okay.
Um, that's part of why I don't like using Zoom. Um, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have some. So I've done
Yeah.
a lot. I mean, I've done most of the first step of the statistician lab.
Okay.
Um, it's just at the moment debugging, and then I'm kind of confused on the next part.
Okay. Could you send me the code that you have currently written?
Yeah, yeah, I can.
Cool.
Um, let me just oh, sorry, they wanted us to use terminal, and I'm using it through a remote Linux machine, so I have to retrieve it from there.
Okay. I actually recently found or recently started using a something that makes that a little bit easier. If you already have a way of getting it, then great. But if not, I have a suggestion of a thing that you can do.
Okay, yeah, I just use SFTP.
Cool.
Okay.
In the meantime, I will send you this link. It is the text version of the PDF, which I find easier to like copy and paste text out of.
Okay.
No, I'll come. I'll come over.
Oh yeah, I think if I remember correctly, the PDF had a description of something, and the doc had a description of something, but they seemed
Oh,
to not
different?
have, yeah, they weren't the same something.
Yeah, every once in a while, yeah, with the last lab, like we had the format, we had to print stuff out a certain way using setw, and the format on the lab document was different than the text file. So I think the text file is usually what they go by.
Okay.
Okay. How do I drop files in here? Or do I just
Oh,
send it through messages on the WhatsApp?
yeah, do it through the messages area. Oh, whoops. Yeah, the messages area.
Okay.
The chat area goes away as soon as we stop talking,
Okay.
and the messages area stays forever. Also, the messages area seems to do a better job at accepting attachments. The chat area, I would expect that it would be the same code because they're both on Wyzant, but apparently not. Um, yeah, sometimes I have students who are able to attach in messages and not in the chat. So then the so when you say the text version, do you mean the PDF or the doc? Which of those
The
is
doc I think you sent. I think the text
the
file
text
version
the
versus
text file that I sent
PDF.
you is the right one?
I think so because
Okay.
I'm gonna
Uh,
actually.
let
How
me
different are they? I guess I didn't notice that. Um.
um I'm gonna save the file that you sent me. Let's see. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Do you see my right section?
Oh,
Oh,
and I sent
the
the
FB container
implementation
file.
file and the header file I have.
This is something messages.
Uh, Sorry, hold on a sec. Um, yeah, I see that. I'm trying to save that now, but I accidentally I guess I hit play on something in the background.
Oh, okay.
Where was I? Oh yeah, Carolyn. Um, Save. Okay, I saved the header and the C++ file. Save. Okay, and now let me go back to here, make sure that yep, they're showing up. So that and the other one. Cool. And then, all right. So I guess let's go into the .c++ file and so how different are they? Yeah, I don't remember exactly what the differences were. So after a statistician is initialized, it can be given a sequence of double numbers and then do some stuff with those. And then what does the docx say? Oh yeah, right. Yeah. So this is threads, circuit, and packet switching and HTTP. So that's very
Oh,
different.
that's the Cohen 146 one. I sent you. Think I sent you two. One is Cohen 79, and one is
Oh,
um.
okay. Well, that would explain it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
one of them,
Different
I
classes
think that
then?
one's titled, yeah, different classes. One's titled Lab 2 Docs, and the other is titled Cohen79 Lab _2,
Yeah.
or underscore
Okay.
Lab 2.
Yeah. So the PDF then is the right one, which is great because that's the one that I turned into a text document. This. Okay. So we want to specify blah blah blah. And then let's look at the .h file. Let's do some cleanup. Okay. Is this, do I have the right thing?
Yeah, so that's the, so that's not my header file, but that it actually, yeah, I think I sent you, is that the one I sent you?
Yep.
Oh,
It's got
the
all
one, it
this.
should have, here, 1 second, let me check again, because I have, there, because that's the header, that's the template file that they sent us, and then
Oh,
there's
okay.
one that has all my code in it.
So the C++ file, oh, yeah, is also
Also
pretty
doesn't have
empty.
anything in it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's not right. Let me,
Also, should it be stats.h or statistician.h?
statistician, I'm
I'm
pretty
getting the
sure.
impression that the teacher of the class has done this many times and tweaked it
It's been,
just a
yeah.
little bit and doesn't remember or didn't update everything to reflect all the different tweaks. Okay, cool. We can deal with that.
Okay. Okay, well, let's see if I can find this. Hopefully it I know, because I remember they were two different files. Or let's see. Okay. Um, Sorry about this.
No worries. Yeah, so actually I've had a few students who use what's it called? Oh, but you're not using that. But I've had students who use like Eclipse or one of the other Java IDEs where they try to send me the file and they send an old version of the file. It's almost like whatever is actually in Eclipse isn't what is saved on the disk. Um, yeah. Um, if you want to, so you have access to a command line, right?
Yes.
Go ahead and try this. Type something like this, and then you'll get back a URL and
Oh
the
wait, sorry, I
content.
just missed what you said. Send what? Sorry.
So if you type something like this, and
Okay.
then at the command line, it'll give you back a URL. It'll send the content of this file. For example, you could replace this with the name of a different file. Anyway, it'll send it to termbin.com, and then termbin will tell you what the URL is, and then you can type this into your browser, and I can type it into my browser, and then we'll both have access to the text file. So you type
Okay.
cat, the name of the file, pipe, and then NC, which is short for netcat, to termbin.com on port 9999. And then it
Okay.
takes like 10 seconds or so before you get back a response.
Okay. Here, I'll try that.
And then when you get back a response, let me know and I'll type it out and load it up.
Okay, so cat. Yeah, that is weird that it's sent, because there is a file called there's the template files that they had, and then but I didn't download those onto my computer. I only downloaded the ones with my actual code in it, but it sent the other ones for some reason.
Yeah. So, well, hopefully
Let me
this works.
see. Termbin.com 999.
Yep.
Okay.
4 9s.
Yeah. All right, I sent the implementation file. I'll do it for the header file now.
Okay. What URL did you get back? What is after the slash? Termbin.com/what?
UJ5R.
1, 2, 3, 4, just 4 letters? Does this look right?
Here, let me see.
Yeah, it says your name. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Cohen79. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's it.
And it looks more fully implemented. So this one, which file is this? This is the
implementation file. That's the implementation.
Oh, okay.
For the header file, the last after the slash is G06HG.
Okay. Let me. Okay, just a second. So then, G6.
G06HG.
Cool. So that is the header file. Forget exactly what you have. Okay, so you do have a pound-if. Cool. Or actually, just comment that out. Oh, nope. Comment? There we go. All right. Cool. And then let me go back here and do ls files. Okay, cool. So it should be keeping track of those. Sounds good. So then, do you have a make file?
No.
Okay. What do you do to build?
Just in the command line gcc -o, and then what I call the file, and then the actual file name.
So statistician.
Yeah, gcc -o statistician, and then statistician.cpp.
Okay. All right. So I might not have. Maybe I need to just save. Let me go double check that.
There are a lot of errors.
Oh.
But I talked to someone else, and apparently they got theirs to work in my class, but it was like they were missing one line or something in I think how do I share my screen?
In the upper right hand corner above the chat area, it should say full video, and then above that it should say share screen.
Oh, okay.
Full video will expand the stuff that I'm sharing with you to make it bigger, but it also hides all of the other buttons.
Oh, it says I have to allow access to. It says I have to quit and reopen Chrome in order to
Yeah,
share my
that's
screen.
you're on Mac OS.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'll be back in a second then, I guess.
Cool. See you in a second.
All right, I'm back.
Cool.
Screen. Here we go. Okay, here I can enlarge it. Shoot. So I think part of the problem is you can in C++ you can't do two using namespaces, right?
I'm not familiar enough with C++ to know whether you can do that. Let's find out. C++, can you use multiple namespaces? Using multiple namespaces.
I mean you can use multiple namespaces, but I don't think you can have using namespace written out twice for two different namespaces. I think you have to um but I'm just trying to figure out because I'm assuming I don't think I use much from the STD namespace.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking that's why I
maybe
commented that one out, but I'm trying to figure out where I would use anything because it's in the template file. So I'm assuming that we do use STD for something.
okay. Um, so are you saying using that instead of, or you want to use some other, you want to try using some other namespace? Oh, the Cohen
Well,
79.
like, if so, okay, so Cohen 79 is a namespace I created, and I need that to use all of these functions. But STD is a namespace that you can just use.
Right,
But so there's multiple ways. If you put using namespace, then you can just write out all the functions normally.
right. You don't
If
have
you
to
don't,
say the name of the namespace.
and then two colons. Yeah, so I just need to I think it might be something with that. Otherwise, I'm not sure because
So,
these are all
what,
the errors I'm getting.
right. Is it possible that you could share like less? Because right now, what you're sharing is like a very window that takes up very many pixels. If you share a smaller thing, then I won't have to use as many pixels on my display to see it. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
That's
Do you
what
want
I'm
me to
doing.
shrink the window?
Yeah, so like I'm here, I have a very small window. Oh, you're just sharing the entire desktop. Uh, are you able to
Yeah.
share just one window? Oh, or are you using, I thought you said you were using Chrome.
Yeah, I am. Or well,
Okay.
I was using not for this is terminal.
Right, for the
I'm
screen share
using
though,
Chrome for
for
Wyzan.
Wyzant, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, you
yeah,
should
it's
be able to
through
share
Chrome.
just one window instead of the entire desktop. Um,
Okay.
if it's not super easy, then I can make do. Okay, cool.
Did that work?
Yeah, I see that it's a bit easier to read now. Cool, thank you.
Okay.
So let's try compiling, and then let's look at the very first error and see if we can figure out what how to fix it.
Okay.
So here, uh, for me, the very first error that I see is that status statistician has a method called length, and no declaration matches one that returns an integer. Okay, so line 42 of statistician.cpp. Let's go look at there.
All right.
Is that the first error for you, or do you have a different error at the beginning of yours?
Well, so okay, so I cleared my like if what's weird about this is that um okay, so if I clear my screen, right? Everything's
Uh-huh.
gone. I
Yeah,
compile again.
yeah.
It basically it should the error should start after right
Oh,
here after this, but it
yeah,
shows them above for some reason,
yes.
even though
Clear
I
doesn't
cleared it.
do what you think it does. Clear,
Okay.
the scroll bar is part of your local display, and it remembers uh, stuff that has shown up in the terminal before. Um, when you do clear, it clears the. You could think of it like a window on a piece of paper, and the piece of paper is really long, and the window moves down most of the time. Clear just erases what's currently showing in the window. It like erases that spot on the piece of paper. But using the scroll bar, rolls your window back up on the piece of paper. So the stuff that's above where you were looking when you said clear didn't get erased. Um,
Okay.
so the easiest way that I uh, deal with that is by doing this. I just hit enter a bunch, and then I type the command again, and then I scroll back until I see that.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
there's other ways of dealing with it, but this one works pretty quickly. Okay, so
Okay,
you had
so
line 39,
yeah.
but it's still just the same one. Does not match any in class blah in file included. Okay, so for you it's this as well. Um, let's see. Error prototype for blah doesn't match any in class statistician in file included from statistician.cpp, statistician.h, line 21. All right, so let's go to the .h file. For you, it's line 21. For me, it is definitely not line 21.
Here I can pull up the
So I guess I should just look for length.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, right there. 81.
Okay. So this differs from this. Here, I think it's talking about the const keyword. I'm not sure. Can you put that here? Does that get rid of it? Let's try that. Yeah, that got rid of that one. So now it's moving on to sum. So it wants the signature of the actual implementation to match the signature of the header, the forward declaration here.
Okay, so I should just be putting const after all of the functions. So like
Wherever you put const in the declaration, you should also put it in the implementation.
okay. So like this.
So there's on length, sum, mean, max, min, or min, max. So let's try compiling again. Alrighty, so now it's complaining about int min for me. Same for you? Yes. Okay, so that's in here somewhere. Int min. I'm guessing that the header file has something like that, but it's spelled slightly differently, or it just doesn't have it. Okay. So what value should int min have?
Int min is it's from the math.h library. It's like the lowest possible number, and int max is the greatest possible number. So
right. So then we need to do like a pound include up here to get int min at the top of statistician.cpp. Or
did I
pound
not do that?
include.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think it's math.h.
We could try that and see. There's another way of dealing with this that I'm starting to get tired of doing what I'm currently doing. I'm gonna maybe do that. Looks like int min is
It's still there.
So
I can look it up.
limits.h is probably where it is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Limits. Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Or climits. Climits. That's the C++y way to do it. So I'm going to show you if you pipe this into head. That didn't do what I thought it would do.
Is it limit or limit? C limits.
I did C limits. Well, let's see if that worked.
Okay.
Yeah, that worked. So like this, C limits.
Okay.
This is like the C++y way to do it. The C-ish way to do it, as opposed to the C way to do it. The C way to do it would be limits.h.
Limits.h. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no .h for the C++ one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the difference that I've noticed in the C++ versus C headers. Also, you want to have all the system headers included before any of your local headers. Because if you have a definition of something in your local, you want that to take precedence over anything in the system things. Otherwise,
Okay.
you might like have your own int min that you define, and you define it as like 0 or something, and then you wonder why your code doesn't work. Yeah.
Okay, so have it before statistician.h then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, well, one thing at a time. Yeah. So let's see if that works. I don't know why piping this to head didn't work. Do I have to specify a number of lines? Is that only 10 lines? No, that's definitely more than 10 lines. Why isn't head working? Anyway, let's see if that worked. I'll have to look into that in a little bit. Okay. Do you at the top now, does it not complain about that anymore, the int min?
Yeah, it's just about scale being read only, or
Okay.
s1.s being.
Yeah, so let's see, what does it say for you? So line 187, assignment of member blah in read-only object. So s1.s. Okay. So that was line 178 for you. For me, it is possibly line 111. It looks like the same-ish error. Yeah, so s1.s, that's because here, s1 is marked as const. That's
Okay.
that means you're promising not to modify the contents of s1.
Oh, okay, and I'm modifying it. Okay.
Not that you're promising, but that you can't. The compiler just won't let you.
Okay.
And
So
that's yeah.
would I need another variable to set to do scale times s1.s?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what is happening here. So operator times. Okay. So if you have like one, let's say s0 times s1, what you want is to create a brand new statistician, which is the result of these two things being multiplied together. What you don't want is to, like, if you take S1 and you multiply it by S0, you don't want S1 to have a new value now.
Okay.
So yeah, create a brand new S1 in here and return that. Or sorry, not a new S1. Create a new S, a new statistician,
Okay.
and set its fields accordingly. So basically, everywhere that you have S1, you should just create a new statistician. Statistician new equals and then is the name of the class capitalized or what is it? Yeah, it's oh right, it's statistician and then whatever you have for the constructors. Something like that.
Okay.
And then instead of doing s1.s. Oh, I see. So here you have times equals scale. Oh, I see. So the left-hand side, so this would be like 5 times some s.
Yeah.
So when you have that, then yeah, I guess it's up to. So I would write it the way that I'm suggesting right here, but I could imagine somebody saying that this should modify the inside of S1. I would say that this should modify the inside of S1, not just this by itself.
Okay.
Yeah, so okay, so we want to create a brand new S thingy, and here we would do something like snew.s is set to s1.s times scale, and then do the same thing for these other things.
Okay, here, wait, let me check my my main file.
Oh yeah, we can look at the text file. So this is the operator times.
Oh, I forgot to send you my main file. There's a main file that I'm running this through.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But
post condition, the statistician that is returned contains the same numbers as S does, but each number has been multiplied by the scale. Yeah. So so then this is, you don't want to modify this one according to this comment. You don't modify this one. You create a brand new one.
And return that.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that was my question. So I can basically return a different variable.
Yeah. And you probably have
Okay.
exactly the same thing happening in a bunch of different, like all of these probably have the same issue. Or wait, no, not that one. Not this one either. Well, they might have similar but not exactly the same issue, where the left-hand side is a scale. It's interesting that they call it a scale and not a scalar.
Yeah, it is interesting, but
a lot of interesting things about this class.
yeah.
Anyway, so something along these lines. I'm actually not quite sure. Is this how you do it in C++? Create a brand new object? I'm not sure what the syntax is for creating a new object. I know there's like multiple ways of doing it, but is this one of them?
Or let me check the main file because I think
Oh, do you
there
have
we go.
some instances where you do that?
It's just like this right here. Statistician S1, S2, and S3 creates them.
So that creates references. Oh, and then it invokes the default constructor. Okay. Yeah, okay, we can do that. So statistician S new. Okay, cool. Oh, actually, does that create an instance of the object? And if it does, then what is the new keyword for? Anyway, yeah.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I'm not sure. This is my first time taking a C++ class.
Okay, yeah, this says that that is the syntax for creating an object of that class. That's interesting.
Okay.
So you can't create a reference that is just a reference? All right, well, anyway, so you'd start by doing this and then make this change. So I guess go ahead and do that. I noticed that, so you're using VI, right?
Yeah.
Cool. If you want, I can tell you different things that you can do, like keyboard shortcuts and stuff. I also use sort of VI. I use Spacemax, which has this as its tagline. The best editor is neither Emacs nor Vim. It's Emacs and Vim. Anyway, and then Max.
And just to clarify, the reason I have to do this is because I established them as const, and so I can't change them.
Yeah. So the signature was given to you, right? You're not allowed to modify the signature. Oh, actually, even if the signature wasn't given to you, the description here makes it clear that you're not supposed to modify S. You're supposed to create a new thing that has a relationship to S. Every field
Okay.
in the new thing is scaled up by this much or down or whatever.
Okay. And it would be snew.s/snew.average, right? Because I'm
like this, yeah.
okay. And is the why do you have to do the dot or like that's so you know? Because I'm still a bit confused. So the class establishes an object, and then all of these things are basically like details of that object.
Yeah, the class is kind of like a blueprint. It's saying here are different, like for a ball, if you have, let's say that you want to write a game that has a bunch of different bouncing balls that are bouncing around on the screen. Each ball, you're going to want to know what's its position, what direction is it traveling, and how fast is it traveling in that direction. So you could have like ball 1 x equals 0, and then ball 1 y equals let's say 10, and like you could make a variable for each one of these things, but that would get out of hand really fast. So what another thing that you could do is create a class that says every ball has an x and a y, and it has a heading and a speed. And then you create ball 1, and then this has its own idea of its position and heading and speed, and then you can create another one, and you can change the position and heading of this ball without modifying the position and heading of this ball. And in order to get to the x part of this ball, you write ball1 dot x.
X. Okay. And then
Yeah.
this is where the advantages of C++ starts to show in versus C, right? The object oriented.
Yeah. Yes, that is the difference between C++ and C.
Okay.
I'm actually not a huge fan of object-oriented programming, so I wouldn't really call it an advantage, but that is the difference between them, yes.
Okay.
Double temp. Is that actually used anywhere? Oh yeah, it's used here.
Yeah, it's used because in the event of that scale is negative, the min and the max would flip.
That makes sense.
So I have to.
There's another way that you can swap variables or values in C++ or C without using a temp variable. You can XOR them together and do that several times. But you don't need to do that here. But if you ever find yourself on an architecture that has like you're really wanting to squeeze every last ounce of performance out of it, then you don't have to have a temp variable for swapping things.
Okay.
Cool. So let's see if that actually works.
Okay. Knock that guy. Yeah.
Did I save the file? I don't remember. Operator equals equals. Yeah, okay. So for me, it's complaining about something else now.
Okay.
I think it'll probably be this. Yeah, it's complaining about. It's saying it's private.
Yeah, operator double equals. Okay, cool. Okay, so I guess we can go there and try to fix that.
The private one or the double equals error?
Oh, it's the same thing. So the very first line, it says in file included from whatever, and then on the next line it says statistician.h in function bool, blah blah blah, operator double equals, blah blah blah. And then
okay.
line 34, it says the len field is private. So what it's saying is here, let's see, bool operator. Oh, yeah. So to check whether two statisticians are equal to each other, you shouldn't have to modify their contents. Oh, but it's not. It doesn't care about modifying it. It cares about reading the value of len. So I'm not really sure why len would be private.
I think
Is that up to you? Are you able? Oh, there's a length method. Okay, so you probably just call the length method instead of accessing the len field directly. Does the length method length just returns len? Yeah. So instead of lost my place. Instead of doing s1.len here, you would do s1.length, and that may seem like really dumb. And the people who make Ruby agree. So they made it so that it doesn't work like this. The details, anyway. The same thing needs to be done here probably. Instead of doing s1.len, you do s1.length. What is s?
I'm the last
S, yeah, s is a private field also. Is there a getter for
yeah,
that?
it's a sum
Is it
function.
sum? Okay, cool. So same thing across this whole line. Change every one of these to the function call instead of the field access.
Because the function's not private, right?
Correct.
The function's
I think.
public.
Let me go check. Yeah, these are all
Yeah,
public.
the function. Okay.
So
if I wanted to, so even if I make the functions friends, or
the field,
it can't access it.
Yeah. So the this method here is entirely outside the realm of the class statistician, even though the arguments to it are statistician. We're not in the statistician class.
Okay.
We're out. I think. Well, it depends on the context. Let me look. Yes. So yeah, we are outside of the statistician class here.
And
yeah.
If I wanted to use s1.len, I would have to do I'd have to use getters and setters.
These yes, these are effectively getters and setters. These methods here.
Okay.
They're called getters and setters because in Java they are literally called get len, for example, or set len.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see. So I think average is probably mean.
Yeah, it's mean.
Cool. Minimum. Looks like you beat me to it. Maximum. And so I gotta go soon, but I suggest getting the code to compile, and then most of the time, either the code should be in a state where it currently compiles and runs, or you've added one thing and you're trying to get that to work. You're trying to get back to the point where you can compile and run. Oh, hey, look at that. The only thing missing is the reference to main. Okay, so yeah, so then what you need to do is instead of what you have, you might be able to just do -c. If I can type -c statistician.cpp, and that'll create an object file. Oh, mine compiled. Yay. So now there's a statistician.o. So that means statistician.cpp compiles. Are you able to do that?
If I do -c.
Yes. So you would do like this.
Okay. So get rid of the middle one.
Yeah. So -c means create an object file out of this C++ file, which is not the same as creating an executable. An executable requires there to be a method called main. That's why it's complaining there about undefined reference to main. It tried to create an executable, but it couldn't because there wasn't a method named main. Oh, but you said that you have a file that has a main method in it. So you probably want to do gcc -o statistician.cpp and that other file .cpp. What is the name of the other file that you have?
Main.ccp.
Oh, okay. Main.ccp?
Or CPP, sorry, yeah.
CCCP. Okay, so main.cpp, and then try hitting enter on that. Let's see if that builds. And then I should go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, well, I gotta go either way.
All right.
But I guess that's where you're at now. All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.